complete total mess. But like, I can always trim stuff, so that's good. Alright, we are here. What's up, guys? It's GM Max, and this is a very unique and special video for you guys. This video is all about me showing you some expert chess games. So what exactly is an expert? An expert is someone with a rating between 2000 and 2200 on the USCF other national or FIDE international chess ratings. And we can see that our hero here is an expert, Francis Cominelli, where he is rated 2112 in chess.com Blitz. You can see these are 3-minute games. He's playing against another 2300. And we have on the board a King's Indian defense. So with this King's Indian, let's get this show on the road. And we can see that Black has a really dominant position for a lot of reasons. One is that White can't really get in at his usual b4 and c5 because we already stopped it with this exchange where White really misses having that dark squared bishop to cover those weak dark squares. Not only that, but in the King's Indian often you can just go queen h4, bishop a3, sack, and mate. But if the sack doesn't lead to mate, you can always play like g5, h5, g4 and throw us open the king's side that way. I have a feeling that probably our hero Francis is going to do that, maybe with a rook f7, rook g7 preparation at some point. So yeah, it's pretty bad for White. You can see bishop f1, he's trying to stop a bishop takes h3, but it's also a very passive move. And it's one thing when the king's in, like in a lot of these structures, you kind of see that bishop is stuck on g7, kind of like sort of in prison by his own pawns or hoisted by his own petard. But now there's a big difference because now, this bishop can really get very active when it gets to this sort of diagonal. Just beautiful, beautiful diagonal. It turns out Black actually has a forced mate, and I was about to say it as a puzzle, but, our expert, well, he's not an expert for nothing. He found the winning idea of preparing to move bishop takes h3. And the reason you want to play bishop takes h3, guys, is that if White does take it back, you can see it, there's going to be a queen to g1 checkmate. Oh, cool, I can actually make moves on the board. At least I thought I could make moves on the board, but no, he just played g takes h3. So our hero is on 2 out of 2. Now, you might be wondering, well, why 2 out of 2? Well, it's because he actually played a game beforehand when I was getting things up, when the recording was all going crazy. Now, if you're enjoying videos like this, seeing how experts play chess and how they win their games, then yeah, do make sure to smash that like button. And we can see, that he played a little bit of a different mate to what I was showing, but yeah, he still managed to win. Actually, a really nice combination with bishop takes g2, so that he can go queen h4, and then, win with the checkmate, bishop h3, queen h3. Really nice combination. So our hero Francis is playing with the black pieces. Do make sure to support him in the comments. Say, what do you love about Francis Cominelli's chess play? What I love is he's playing the King's Indian defense, which I just covered in a video of 60-second King's Indian. I don't know if he watched it or not. I mean, it's certainly when you're doing high-quality chess coaching, you don't always have 60 seconds to spare, to get things done. But okay, these jokes aside, he's playing the move c6. c6 I think is a little bit passive. I would probably have gone for the c5 plan and hit the pawn that way. But okay, he's going for b5, and this actually works really well when you've castled the king, long as White, because now you have that open b file with rook b8 potentially after a bc4 move. So you could play like knight bd7, for example. Yeah, let me play the move. And yeah, we can, go rook b8, bc4, and just rip open that file. Like, that's what I would probably go for here if I was Black. Actually, you don't even have to take on c4 all the time. Like, you might wait for him to play bishop d3, and then kind of take after that. We can see that, our expert, one thing to keep in mind, this is a free +0 time control game, so obviously they're not going to play perfect moves. But that's good because we also get to learn from, the mistakes that, for example, White's going to make and how we can punish some of those mistakes. Now, I'm not a big fan of b4, and the reason I'm not a big fan of b4 is that you're kind of closing the side of the board where you would normally be attacking. Now, I understand he wants to go like a5, a4 and try to open up the king. But the thing is that even if you get the pawn to a3, White can still go b3 and block the queen side, the side where he's normally attacking. Or let's say if you go b3 here, White will just go a3 and again it kind of locks up the board. I probably would have gone c5 if I was Black, just trying to open up that long diagonal. But he goes bishop e6, he's trying to develop more of his pieces. And we can see that White's going for an attack as well with h4, h5, bishop h6, and sack mate, as Bobby Fischer would do. Now, it's funny, it's fun about commentating on these games. Like, I say one thing, and I always do something completely different. It's like, oh yeah, I'm smarter than the grandmaster. Like, I have my own idea. I play chess my own way, thank you very much. So yeah, I think with d5, it's a move that actually I think was quite a reasonable one to change the structure. Because even though these bishops look very passive, White's not got the best coordination either. I think with a move like b3, and try and get the knight into b4, like you could potentially have some kind of penetration on c2. Remember, when you've got the open file, it's all about getting the penetration, invading, and then, like, it's sort of like, the needle, like, you stick the needle in, make them really hurt, especially if they're afraid of needles. So yeah, knight c6 a good move. Like, one thing we see our hero Francis doing a really great job of here is he's doing a good job of making sure that all of his pieces are developed. Like, every single one of these pieces are developed, and only then he's going for the attack on the king. So really good play. Like, even Garry Kasparov has sometimes forgotten to do this. But now I think he's starting to drift a bit. Like, I think that knight a5 and knight c4 is just a bit too slow, because bishop h6 is coming, and without that bishop available to defend the king, it's very hard to, like, keep that king safe. I know Bent Larsen once said, with a knight on f8 there can never be mate, but Bent Larsen was ultimately proven wrong by Stockfish, and we know that the computer is always right, right? In any case, knight to f4, yeah, I think that really bishop h6 was very strong. Another thing I don't like about knight f4 is that as white, you really want to open up this position, and I think that f4, f5 now, you kind of get in the way of that with the knight. I probably wouldn't have gone bishop f7. I think that instead I probably would have played... I'm thinking knight f8 was maybe the move I would have gone for, perhaps. But it's sort of hard to say. Like, I think that it's not an easy position for black, to be fair. But knight f8 does at least mean that queen h2, like, wouldn't come with a tempo, like we kind of saw in the game with knight bishop f7. Queen h2 and, like, now h6, like, you sort of feel... It feels like just knight f5 is just going to be crushing somehow. Because knight... Oh, he blundered a... What? He blundered a piece? Really? Wow, you are so lucky, Francis. You're the luckiest man alive. Maybe it's because you're learning from me. I guess that's why you're so lucky. Like, a bit of that Grandmaster Magic's rubbed off on you, right? Well, he doesn't see queen takes g6. Oh, man. Oh, I want to try... Oh, and... Oh, white doesn't see it either. What? What is this? Oh, my God. This is crazy. I can't believe it. Like, this is why, if you're a chess coach... Never watch your students' games. You know why you should never watch your students' games? Because you're going to be like, oh no, he didn't see this. Oh, he got the win. Oh no, he didn't see it. What's going on? I can't take it anymore. Because mate, oh. And look, while I tell, like, literally that what's happened. It's like the queen goes on pre. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is crazy. Like, I'll show it to you. Like, the problem is he didn't see that knight takes c7 is a threat. So, like, you need to play bishop f8 to defend against it. So that way, if knight takes, you can take. And, okay, your king's still very weak, but at least you aren't losing a lot of material in that case. So you could probably still hold or even be winning according to computer, but we're not engines here. Yeah, we're going to put that engine in the naughty corner. And, yeah, now he's lost knight. Like, he's trying to go for a swindle, but queen f5 is made, unfortunately. And, yeah, I'm not going to trash talk you because you did play in the right sort of spirit of the game. Like, I mean, it's King's Inn. You are meant to attack, and you did try to attack, but... Yeah, that's a rough one. I mean, if you're, like, swearing at your machine, France, like, if you're, like, going, ah! Well, I can't blame you. I mean, I would be doing it as well. Oh, but now you've got a higher-rated opponent. Oh, he's going to play a Mora Gambit, but the Mora is just a forced loss, man. Mora's forced loss, like, up a pawn. Like, just give it up, give it up. Okay, I'm sort of joking. Like, the Mora is not actually all that bad of an opening, but if you go, like, b5, like, I've kind of shown this system before, so, like, you could probably see, like, bishop b3, knight a5, and, kind of it's... Okay, he's playing a little bit differently, but d6 is fine as well. Because I know it's a Chicago defense, like you put the rook on d7. And the idea is that if they go e5, you can kind of take it, and they're not really getting that sort of attack on the king so easily, not really opening up the center for their lead development. The disadvantage of rook d7, though, is that you are playing very slowly. Like, you're taking a lot of time to get your king side developed. If I was white, I would have actually thought of putting the bishop on e3, going knight d4, and going f4, f5. But this might actually work for white as well. Because white has one move here I think that's good, and if he doesn't play it, he's probably... Black is just doing very, very well. So can you guys see it? Like, what do you think is the move that you would play if you were white? Now, a3 is completely not in the spirit. Yeah, I'm here. Because with a3, like, you're not really attacking black anyway. Like, even g5, like, even if you get in g5, like, I can move the knight away, and, like, white's got nothing. You got nothing, bro. Whereas if you play something like knight g5, you're setting up all kinds of sacks on e6, and it's actually not that easy for black to deal with. So, okay, he's playing knight a5, trying to get rid of the bishop, which I think is a fairly sensible idea. In fact, he should have played on move 8, but better than late than never. Like, that's sort of one thing that makes a difference between a grandmaster and an expert. You know, no offense to all the experts who are watching this. But, like, the thing is with the grandmasters, they're going to play the best move immediately in most cases. Whereas the expert, they might play that same best move, but they'll only play it 1 or 2 moves later. But sometimes that can make a really big difference. I mean, we're talking about, we're talking about combinations here, not permutations. Like, if you play B before A, it's not the same as if you play A and then B. And when you do say A, you do have to say B, which if you're a Soviet chess player, you're going to know this old saying. So yeah, if we count and take stock, black is up 2 pawns, and so he's trading off the rooks to try to sort of maximize the value of the material advantage. Like, normally rook d2, like, it's sort of move that, yeah, you are giving up the tension and you're giving an extra file to the rook. But it's actually a very good move here, because A, you've cleared the way for queen a8, and B, like, you're very happy with an endgame anyway. Like, now, I mean, you've just knight h5, I can see that white, this g4, g5's create a lot of weaknesses. Knight e8 is fine as well. Like, if they do play rook d7, you can just go king f8, just defend the bishop, and white doesn't have a great way to attack. But knight d5, yeah, I think this was a mistake. Like, you didn't have to give up the pawn like this, mate. I mean, you still have f6, you still put the king toward e6, and you're still much better, but, white's getting rook d7, and white actually has some chances to save this. But after rook d7, don't play king f6. I was going to say don't play king c7 because of bishop c5, but actually you've got rook e8, and you'd still be doing okay there. Because you can always get out of the pin with king e6 later. But, yeah, I mean, I think that black's still probably going to win this, because I think that once you trade off the rooks, like, probably king g2 is a mistake, and you had to really keep the rooks on the board. Because, I mean, the bishop endings with the same color bishops are very often winning for the side with the extra pawn, because we can kind of see it's very easy for black just to improve his position, and he can always use the bishop to kind of attack some of these weak pawns. Like, you can see that the b2 pawn is fixed as a weakness, and black can use that to his advantage. Okay, he didn't play e4, but he's got the similar idea of going bishop to c1, and white doesn't really have a great way to defend the pawn, so it's just going to be winning for black here. So what I love about 3-minute games, like, I don't have to wait forever, like, oh yeah, like, it's taking so long to make a move, let's take a quick nap before we play. Yeah, this was a really nice idea. Like, he realized that even though white tried to move these pawns forward, he still had a weakness on b4. And now black's probably just going to win by pushing the pawn to a4, like, probably go bishop, king d5 first to just keep that king at bay. So he's doing exactly what I said. Go a5, a4 eventually, then go e4. Like, there's just going to be too many passed pawns. Like, it's kind of like a Zerg rush. It's like bailings, bailings, bailings. Oh, like a deadly green land mine. See, that's what I have with these streams. Like, it's not just chess. We even got raps as well. So yeah, like, once it's like for the YouTube video that you guys are probably, most guys probably seeing, well, I'm going to, yeah, make this like the last game I commentate. Then after that, yeah, I'll do a little plug, and then there'll be something cool that I will be sharing in a moment. But before I share that, do make sure to subscribe to Illingworth Chess, 2 Grandmaster Chess lessons a day. It's the fastest way to improve your chess for free, so go for it. Smash that subscribe button, and also make sure to, what was I going to say? Yeah, make sure to comment below with what you loved about this video. If you want some more videos like this, I want you to let me know as well by hitting that like button too. So remember, comment, like, subscribe, and yeah. That was sort of planned to be the conclusion, but white's not resigning for some reason. I guess he's still keeping hope alive. So I guess, yeah, king f3. Okay, king g3, take the pawns, also completely winning. I mean, you don't need a computer to tell you that this is GG. And yeah, I see like there's no one in the chat sort of commenting, but okay, this is sort of because I'm just like recording, so not a huge surprise, I guess. Okay, and he resigned. So yeah, remember those of you who want to watch the full access to the video and hundreds of other videos I've recorded, do make sure to use that link in the description for the for GMX Inner Circle. So remember, yeah, to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Illingworth Chess, the best to improve.